Hey, thanks for coming back. And today I'd like to talk to you about another wireless keyboard. And it's this one. It's from JLab. It's the JLab JBuds wireless keyboard. As you can tell, it already has its branding right here. And you get a total of 95 keys on this keyboard. Now, it is compatible with phones, tablets, laptops, Macs, and PCs. It is rechargeable, and you have an 800 milliamp hour battery in here. Now, they say you get up to 10 months of runtime with that battery, but that does depend upon how much you use the keyboard, and if you happen to leave it on instead of shutting it off, all that's good stuff. Now, there's two ways you can connect this keyboard. One is through Bluetooth, and right here on the back, you see this little piece? That's the USB dongle, and there's a magnet in here to help keep it in place. And since I showed you the dongle where it's stored at, let me show you everything else around the keyboard. You get some nice rubber feet right here, and right here on the bottom. It's a nice rubber, keeps it in place pretty well. And as you can tell, it's raised up a little bit, so it does bring it up on a little bit of an angle, and that's it. There's no way to adjust any other angle. Right up here is where you charge it, and it does use a USB Type-C cable, which they do give you. One end is USB Type-C and USB Type-A. And by the way, yes, I am using the webcam built into my laptop for this video. Now on the front, as you can see, you see all the keys. Right here is a nice little dial. Get to that in just a moment. You got your on and off switch right here with a little bit of red towards it. And once you turn it on, right here is an indicator light. This is your connect button. That's your indicator light. And the light next to it is when you're charging it. Let me shut this off real quick. Now, when you're charging it, the light will be green. There's two different lights for the battery indicator on here. If it's red, that means it's 20% or less battery charge left. If it's green, it's like maybe 21% to 100% before it's charge in it. Now, once you're charging it, you'll see the green light come on. The light will turn off when the battery is fully charged. Okay? Now, for the quick connect, let me turn it back on. As you can see, it's flashing blue. There is a couple different colors here. That's Bluetooth 1. If I press it again, it changes to a yellow color. That's Bluetooth 2. If I flash it again, it's more of a purple color. That is for the USB dongle. Okay. Now, to connect, basically you press and hold. Well, let me get it to USB type or USB 1 because that comes out a little bit better. Okay, so this is now on Bluetooth 1. And as you can see, it's flashing. Now, if you press and hold the connect button, I didn't do it. See how it's flashing even more rapidly now? That means it's ready to connect. And then all you got to do is search for the JLab keys on your specific device that you're putting it on. I will be using my Apple iPad 9th generation as an example in here for this. I have used it on my laptop and it works great. I even used it on my Samsung Galaxy S7 and it works just fine on that as well. Now, the USB dongle is a 2.4 gigahertz transmission, and the Bluetooth that they use, that JLab put in this, is 5.2. So you're getting really good connections out of this. Now, they consider this their media dial. Now, it turns, first of all, it rotates back and forth. That's how you control the volume for up and down. Now, if you want to, say, skip a track forward, you do a double click. If you want to go backwards a track, you press and hold, and that's it. That's everything there is to it. And the keys on this are very, very quiet. Let me put it on the desk here. And I kind of exaggerated a little bit on tapping on it, but watch, listen. The keys are very quiet, and it's a very nice soft touch on the keys here. I do believe they use scissor type keys for this. Now, it is also switchable between operating systems, such as Android, Windows, Mac, iOS, and the Chrome OS. And one of the ways you do it is right here for the QWE. Of course, you got to hit the function button along with whatever operating system you want. So it does work, once again, it does work with Windows, iOS, Mac operating system, the Android and Chrome operating system as well. Now, they do have a JLab work app, so you can kind of customize the keys a little bit better, but with a caveat on that. The work app only works when connected using the USB, oops, I almost dropped it there, the USB dongle. So you can't use the work app in Bluetooth. Actually, now, I really didn't use the JLab work app to program anything because everything is just fine and I use Windows anyway. So I don't know if you connect it via the USB dongle, program your keys, and then connect it to Bluetooth, will those programmable keys work? I'm not sure. I'll admit I didn't try it. But it worked on every single thing that I plugged this into and connected to. And yes, by the way, you can connect up to 3 different devices with this keyboard, and all you got to do is use those keys to switch operating systems. So like the USB dongle can be for your main computer, Bluetooth 1 could be your phone, Bluetooth 2 could be like a tablet or an iPad or something, and you can do it that way and switch between each one as you go along. And of course, there's a good layout of all the keys if you want to pause it and maybe take a quick look and see everything that's on there. Oops, let me back it up. And one of the things I do like is they do give you the numbers pad, unlike the other one that I showed you some time ago. And well, enough of me talking right now, so let me kind of give you a short demonstration of the JLab JBuds wireless keyboard. I really wish they'd kind of make them smaller names in action. Okay, as you see, I have the JLab keyboard right here. Got my Apple iPad 9th generation right there. And so let's type a little bit. I got the cap locks on, by the way. There you go. And let me move this a little closer just so you can see what I typed in. And move it back out. So that is the test for the JLab wireless keyboard, and I really do hope that it was a good test for you. Now I'm going to tap on the backspace key just to get rid of all the lettering. And as you see, it's nice and fluid. And You really, I mean, it is a very quiet keyboard. Back to the review. Okay, now that you've seen the JLab wireless keyboard in action, what do I happen to think about it? Well, it's a great little keyboard to have. I mean, it's great that I can actually have up to 3 different devices connected to this and switch between them on the fly if I want to. The only drawback that I can see with this is the JLab Work app, where you can only use it when it's using, you know, the USB dongle. That's the only bad thing I can think about it. Maybe because, I don't know, maybe there would be somewhat of a lag between Bluetooth. I don't know. I'm not a programmer, so I don't know anything about that. But every device I hooked this up to, it worked flawlessly. I never had any form of a problem. And yes, I even did switch between operating systems. I had this connected to my laptop, my phone, and my iPad. And on the fly, I typed something on my laptop, worked beautifully. Hurried up, switched it to my phone. Boom, I was typing on that too to make a couple notes. Then I went to my iPad, went onto that, boom, I had no problem. So yeah, it's a nice little thing. I wouldn't consider this a traveling type keyboard, unlike the first one I showed you. This one would be more for like your office or your home office. That's what I would suggest this for. I wouldn't suggest taking it out on the road because it is kind of big. I mean, but the other one from, I believe it was Anchor, that one is a nice traveling one. One thing I did forget to show you is this. This is the instruction manual that you get. Even tells you a little bit about the hotkeys for the different operating systems. And on the back, there you go. If you want to scan the QR code right now, pause the video and scan that. And there you go. That's pretty much it that you get in the bag or in the box. You get this little quick start guide. You get the cable, which is pretty long too, by the way. And of course, you get the keyboard along with the dongle. The only thing that I also think that would make this a lot better and usable is the ability to hook up a wireless mouse to it. There's nothing here to connect it. Now you may be thinking, hey, what about the USB port or USB Type-C port right here? That's just for charging. That's the other thing I wish JLab would do is, say it runs out of juice because you forgot to charge it or something, and you plug it into your laptop or PC or whatever. I wish that if I were to connect it to my laptop or my desktop computer with this cable, I could still use the keyboard. I tried it. It didn't seem to work for me, so I'm just think maybe it'll work for you. I don't know. So I'm taking it as this is just the charging port for the battery. So JLab, if you're watching, make this a throughput type port where I could not only charge a keyboard, but at the same time, if I'm connected to a desktop PC or a laptop, I could still use it. That would be awesome. The second thing would be the ability to hook up at least maybe a Bluetooth mouse to this. I understand that this is for connection to a device. Maybe have a separate button there for a mouse, or even include a USB port. So maybe like if you had a wireless mouse that uses a dongle, I can plug it into there and use that, or have it all controlled through the USB Type-C port, or maybe I could put a dongle into there or something of that nature and have a mouse at the same time. But right now, I would highly recommend you get the JLab JBuds wireless keyboard. It's priced right. It's very, very quiet. And it does the job perfectly. And I kind of like it. It's nice and compact. It's a little bit smaller than my keyboards at home, or your standard type keyboard, and it does everything that I need. Mainly I'm going to be using it with my iPad, but yeah, it's just a great little keyboard to have. It looks really nice. It's not overly crazy or anything like that, and it's very easy to use and set up. So if you happen to like this video, give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.